Noticed I'm going live every Sunday and Wednesday. And today I want to talk about how much self-realization really costs, or the lack of it. How much does the lack of self-realization really cost? Now, here's the reason why I'm talking about this. I made a post, I don't know, maybe yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I said, drop a me in the comments if you want to get paid to speak and you want my 9-step blueprint, how to get paid to speak, something like that. Because it's a blueprint that I'm working on. I already started it. Matter of fact, I sent it out to a few people, but I wanted to actually talk to people who want to get booked to speak, or who want to get paid to speak. Booked to speak, paid to speak. I'm using those words interchangeable. But here's what I noticed just in the conversations in the DM. I want people to really understand, like, I want you to really think about how much it's costing you when you are avoiding something, right? How much it's costing you to not know yourself? That's what I'm getting at. How much does it really cost you to not know yourself? Because it can be equated to a dollar amount if you really think about it. See, a lot of times in the metaphysical realm or field, or the mindset field, a lot of times people don't equate their blockage to how it's blocking their actual money. And what I'm getting ready to talk about, I'm not only going to be talking about money, but what I'm saying is the question is, what is really blocking you, or how much is it really costing you? Because people are so motivated by money, not understanding that the underlying issues is what's blocking the money. And I think that people think that they know that, including myself, okay? We know that, but for some reason, we still don't put an actual dollar amount to it. And when we put a dollar amount to it, I feel like that can change the game. So that's the reason why by the end of this call, if you are on here listening and you stay all the way to the end, you're going to see that I'm putting an actual dollar amount to what is the cost of you not knowing yourself? What is the actual dollar value of you not knowing yourself? What is the time, the number of time, or the years in time, or even months in time that you are wasting? I don't know if wasting, if I want to use the word wasting, but let's just say you're delaying. You're delaying you getting to your next level because of lack of self-realization. When I say lack of self-realization, I'm really talking about lack of awareness, right? Lack of self-awareness. Okay. So I don't know if there's anybody on the call yet, but listen, if you want to get paid to speak, and let me say it like this. If you want to get paid to speak and you want the 9-step blueprint that I'm still working on, I want you to drop the word me in the comments. Drop the word me in the comments so that I can get it to you. Now, I set this up for a bot to respond to you and say, I will send you a DM. So let's see how that works. We're playing around with technology. Mercury is about to go into retrograde. I already done had a damn problem. I already had a problem this morning. I recorded a video and then I hit exit out of it by accident and then never downloaded. Now I got to re-record the whole video. But anyway, all right, so let's talk about this. By the way, if you think that this video is going to be helpful for somebody, go ahead on and share it now. Just share it right now, because I know you're going to want to tell somebody. I know you're going to want to share it. So share it right now, okay? First of all, let's talk about what self-realization is. Now, of course, I'm using the word self-realization because I teach a course called Self-Realization of a Goddess. So let's first talk about what self-realization is. And y'all might see me throw that word around a lot, but I want to actually break the word down so that you really understand what I'm saying when I'm saying the word self-realization. First of all, the word realize is, many of you probably already know this, but realize has the word real and it has the word lies in it. Realize, realize, real lies. Pay attention to real lies, where lies are being told, but they look like they're real. Pay attention to that. Okay. But what it's really saying is, that's one way of looking at it. What it's really saying is, you are, self-realization is you realizing that you are both truth and lie at the same time. You are a manifestation of both truth and lie at the same time. You are a dual being. Now, there is a way to use this duality that you have to help you manifest. You being a dual being is one of the major keys to you manifesting what you desire. You having the ability to make up stories and make up lies and tell real lies plays a major role in you being able to manifest what you want when you think about it in your head. Okay, so that's the first part of understanding self-realization. Self-realization is you understanding the power of you telling real lies to yourself, of you telling it's the truth because it's in your head. Anything that you tell to yourself is the truth. It doesn't matter if it actually didn't happen. That's the duality of you existing in this realm. Okay. So when I'm saying self-realization, I'm looking over here because I have notes. I always let y'all know that, so you don't think I'm ignoring you. But it's understanding your true self and your false self, and how to use that duality to actually create. Now, you have an invisible story that you're telling yourself. What do I mean by that? Everybody is doing this. No one on the planet is exempt from doing this. Meaning that we can be so disconnected from our thoughts that we don't see the story that we're telling ourselves. It's the invisible story. Let me flip the screen around and show you, like in the actual words. This is where it gets funny. Well, it's fun for me. I don't know if it's fun for y'all. It's fun for me. This is where you know, or this is where you can see that you're actually telling an invisible story, because you're writing a scripture in your head. And the word scripture says your script. When you say it backwards, the word scripture says your script. What is your script? It's the invisible story that you're telling yourself in your head that you're not paying attention to. This is the duality of your true self and false self that's entangled with each other. You can't separate them. But the story happening between your true self and false self is the scripture, Here's how you know that it's really invisible. Because the word script has the word crypt in it. I spelled that wrong. K-R-Y-P-T, no, C-R-Y-P-T. That word means hidden. So the script in your script is hidden. You're telling an invisible story. This is also what the word hieroglyphics mean. Hieroglyphics. I'm going all the way back to Egypt, because the hero on the front of hieroglyphics means hidden, or it means sacred. And the glyphs means carved. So it's talking about like words or letters that's carved. In Egypt, they're carved in the rocks, but they're carved in your DNA. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So the story that's being told here is the hieroglyphics that's within you, which is the invisible story. Now this is where I'm going to stop the share. Y'all can go back and watch this later. I will keep it up. What I'm telling you is that you have hieroglyphics inside of you, which is the invisible story. It's the invisible story. It's the unconscious story that you're telling yourself. The thoughts that you're having all day that you're not paying attention to, that you're not doing the deep work within yourself to actually question damn near every thought that you have. Now that sounds exhausting, doesn't it? That's why we don't do it. That's why we don't do it. Because that's exhausting to actually question and have a deep conversation with yourself about every single thought that you're having. That doesn't mean that it's not happening now. Why am I bringing all of this up? Because there's a cost that's associated with that. There's a cost for that. Listen to the word cost. It has cause on the front of it. Because there's a cause and effect. There's a cause and effect to the story that you're telling yourself. You need to figure out we're going to talk about the actual dollar amount. And I'm bringing this up because I'm having a conversation with people in my DM right now. Some of them might be in the comments. I'm having a conversation with people and I'm asking them. I decided to make this live because I was having the conversation and I said, you know what, that's going to be today's topic. Because what I'm asking them in the DM is to put an actual dollar amount to what they are missing by them not taking action. How much money are you leaving on the table by you not taking action? Why are you not taking action? Because of an invisible story that you're telling yourself in your head. You have to figure out what is the story and change the narrative. This is something that I talk about all the time, about changing the narrative. Everybody talks about that, but do we do it? Who cares if we keep talking about it? Do we actually do it? You know why most of us don't do it? Because it's work. Because it's work. That's the real work. See, here's the thing. Thank you, Spirit. Here's the thing. A lot of times when it comes to doing the thing that you need to do to get to the next level, we think that it's making a YouTube video. We think that it's going live. We think that it's making a TikTok. We think that it's, I don't know, make up something. Whatever it is that you think that you need to do to go to your next level, it's not that. It's the work that you need to do in your head that takes you to the next level. It's the person that you have to become that takes you to the next level. So now the question is, how much does it cost in your time, attention, and energy to become the next version of yourself? Not in money. We're going to get to the money, but how much does it cost in time, attention, and energy to get to the next level of yourself, which creates your new reality? How much does that cost? Because see, a lot of y'all are thinking about how much it costs in money. And it is costing you something in money because you're leaving money on the table by you not doing it in the work. Let me take a sip of water. My throat dry. It's not the money. When it comes to a program, when it comes to a mentorship program, most of y'all are thinking about how much the program costs. It's not that. It's how much is it going to cost you in your mental work to get to the next level, not how much the program is going to cost, because it doesn't even matter. I was talking about this to my VA the other day. I have a virtual assistant, and we were just having a general conversation. And what I said to her is, a lot of people want to get to this next level, this next level in their business, or they want to pursue a business or some type of entrepreneurship, but they don't want to read. They will say that a video is too long. This is not money, okay? They will say that a video is too long. You could give them the whole blueprint. This is why some people actually give it to you for free. Here's my free lead magnet. Here's my free 3-day whatever mentorship. Here's my 3 blah, blah, blah. They'll give you the whole shebang for free because they know you're not going to do it anyway. And then they sell it to you again because because they know you're not going to do it. And I'm only saying this because I've paid for mentorship programs in the thousands of dollars. And this is what they say in the inner rooms, in the inner circles. They say that most people are not going to do the mindset work that they need to do to get to the next level. That's why I just give it to you. That's why it doesn't matter if they just give it to you. Somebody could give you the whole blueprint and lay it out step by step by step by step. Most people are not even going to read the whole thing. Somebody could give you a whole book that tells you do this, and this. Most people are not even going to get through the book. So the question is not how much does a mentorship program cost? The question is how much is it going to cost you in mental work? Let's get back to that. Because what we're really talking about is how much does it cost for you to not see yourself? That's self-realization. How much does it cost for you to not be self-aware? Or how much does it cost for how much is your lack of self-awareness costing you? Whether we're talking about time, attention, energy, or money, how much is your lack of self-awareness costing you? It's a real dollar figure that goes to that. Let me get to it because I know I'm going around and around and around in circles. Let's talk about the word realization. Okay, I already talked about the word realize. It's your true self and your false self. It's the duality of yourself and you using that duality to create your reality. Okay, it's you using the fact that you can tell yourself. God has given you permission to lie to yourself. There's a polarity to that, though. There's a polarity to everything. I say this on every live that I go to, that I do. That there's a polarity to everything. When I say that there's a polarity to it, I mean there's a good and bad of it. There's an extreme of you lying to yourself to create what you want. There's an extreme form of that. That's thank you, Neptune. That's where Neptune energy comes in at. Because Neptune rules over the grand delusion. But guess what? You could be so delusional that you actually create something that people be like, how did she do that? You actually create a reality. How did she do that? Because you told yourself so many lies. You lied to yourself so much that you actually started to believe the shit. That is what it means to realize, to take a lie and turn it into the truth. Okay, realization. What is realization? Well, the word zation on the end of realization is Satan. It's Satan, Satan, whatever you want to call it. Satan has the word say on the front of it. It has everything to do with your words. I say this in every freaking call. I'm going to keep drilling it in your head. Satanic. It has the word say on the front of it. And tonic is the tone and the vibration and the sound that you're using when you're speaking. But what I'm getting at here is realization. The word zation on the end of it is talking about Satan. This is really this word realization in self-realization, because we're talking about self-realization. In self-realization is you seeing or you realizing that there is no enemy except for you. There is no Satan except for you. There is no blockage except for you. There's no lack of money except for you. There's no lack of customers except for you. There is no lack of anything except for the story that you tell yourself. I'm doing that because I know how hard it is to transmute that into an actual manifestation. I'm not saying that that's easy, because I know that we deal with a lot of childhood trauma. We deal with a lot of inner child wounds, right? But because we lack self-realization and because we lack self-awareness, we don't see the connection that it has to how if we go in this perpetual cycle of, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, not realizing that, yes, because you're not doing the inner work. You keep thinking that you're doing it, and obviously you're not. Obviously you're not, because if you was, it would be showing up in your reality, period. Where is the receipts? That's what Satan want to know. That's where Saturn wants to know. This is why everybody can't stand Saturn, because Saturn want to know, where's the receipts at? I don't care about all this. That's why Saturn is in Pisces right now. Thank you, Spirit. Saturn is in Pisces right now. And Pisces is all about what I believe. And Saturn don't give a F about what you believe. Saturn want to know, where the receipts at? Where's the receipts at for what you're saying that you believe? We don't believe you. We need more people. That's a Jay-Z quote, by the way. I forget what song he said that in. But he said, we don't believe you. You need more people. You need proof. So realization is the lessons that come from Satan or Saturn. The lessons that come from you understanding that you are the only enemy that exists. There is no, you're going to blame the white man. You're going to blame society. You're going to say your mom. You're going to say your dad. You're going to say it's some toxic relationship. You're going to say it's the narcissist boyfriend. You're going to say it's your job. You're going to say it's the kids. You're going to blame all of this stuff when there's nobody but you. But because you haven't really accepted that it's nobody but you, because there's layers and levels to really understanding that it's nobody but you. Because you haven't accepted that, and you haven't come to the real, true realization of that, you lack self-awareness. How much is that costing you? Because you keep blaming it. You keep saying that you don't have the money, and you don't have the time, and you don't have the energy. Now you're going to keep going in this perpetual cycle. Oh my goodness. Do y'all see this? Do you see the cycle of what lack of self-realization really creates? I just keep seeing this drawing in my head of, and this is myself too. We all do this. I'm not exempt from doing this. It's just that I'm so super aware. I know when I'm being insecure. I know when my inner child is triggered. I know when I'm having a lack of money mindset mentality. I know when I'm doing that. Do you know when you're doing that? Do you know how to self-correct that? Do you know how to do the inner work to self-correct that? Because it's not a one-time thing. It's not like you just click and change your mind. Now something could happen, and it could literally just, like spirit, it was a dream, but because I've been studying astrology a lot, and spirit literally showed me in a dream that when you understand astrology is just like, and this is not me saying this is what my dream showed me. They showed me like a safe on a combination on a safe when you want to open up something that's hidden in some type of safe. And they showed me like a combination, like somebody turning it. They turn it this way, then it go click, because the two things are lined up. Because say the combination on a safe is 12, then you turn it that way and it's 17, then you turn it back that way and it's 47. This same thing happens in astrology, because when it goes click, 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 12, and the 12 aligns with the other 12, boom, you unlock something. Astrology will help you do that. And then when you turn it back, and it gets to that 17 or whatever number I said, and then it lines up with the other 17, boom, then you unlock that. Then when you turn it back the other way and you figure out that it's 47 and it lines up with the other 47, click, boom, you open up the safe. That's how you get in. That is you unlocking your self-awareness. That's what astrology does. It's the alignment when this is aligned with that, and you get some type of self-realization. You get some type of aha moment. That's what I call self-realization moments. aha moments. And the reason, and I'm not just saying aha, that you're just like, oh, aha. No, I mean like you literally get breath and you literally start to come to life. Your true self starts to come to life because you said aha, and ha is a word for breathing. Because there's a lot of people that are really dead, to be honest. There's a lot of walking dead people. They're not alive. They are not living beings. They are existing. They are not living. There's a difference. You are living when you know that you are creating your reality, when you have self-realized and you know that you are what God is, or that you are a God is, or that you are a God is, which is a creator. When you have self-realized that you are what God is and that you are a creator, that's when you're living. That's when you're living and you're not just existing and you're not just surviving. Sorry, Spirit, not sorry, but I don't want to project. A lot of y'all are just existing. You're just existing. Existing is when you are just in survival mode. And you can, from day to day, you can only think about, how am I going to make it to next week? That is not, that you are not alive. Sorry, you are not living. You are existing. You just here. I didn't know that I was going to talk about that, but you're just here. You're just here. When you know that you are creating your reality and you are intentionally doing things and you are actually paying attention to how to unlock it, because it doesn't only happen with, like when I did the combination. Yes, they told me that that's how astrology works. Like somebody in a dream literally said, astrology enlightens you. Now, I know what it means to be enlightened. Enlightenment is not, well, let me not say it's not. A lot of people get into their ego, including myself. I'm always going to tell y'all that I'm not oblivious to my own ego. But what I'm saying is, enlightenment is not just about you knowing stuff. It's not just about you knowing about freaking, I don't know, Akashic records, and you knowing about astrology, and you knowing about I don't know, name some woo-woo stuff. I like to call it just the woo-woo stuff, because a lot of us know a lot of the woo-woo stuff. Enlightenment is when you light and wait, I'm talking about. Enlightenment is when you are at peace because you are light and weight, and you are not held down and dragged down by the 3D realm. You don't even exist in certain dimensions. Some shit don't even apply to you because you don't even exist in that dimension. You don't even live in that world. Dimensions got the word mention in it. It's talking about language. Hello? Dimensions are mentions, and it's talking about language. What dimension you are in is the language and the conversations that you're having in your head. Some people don't even experience certain things because they don't live in that world. That's when you're living, when you decide what world are you living in. How much is it costing you to not live in the world that you want to live in your head? I'm not completely saying that certain things don't exist and it's not happening. I'm saying it don't exist in your world. Therefore, you don't worry about it. People with money don't worry about the same things that people that don't. People with money are not worrying about gas prices. They're not worried about some of just the stupid stuff that we talk about. What Keke Palmer doing. They're not worried about that. They don't care about that shit. They don't live in that world. Okay, I'm way off. Let me get back. How much is it costing you? How much is your lack of awareness costing you? Let's talk about how much is it costing. I'm gonna go over 3 things. How much it costs you in time, how much it costs you in energy, how much it costs you in money. Stick with me. If this is helping you, I want you to share this, please. Please share this video. I always forget to ask people to share. Share me. If I'm saying something that's helping you, then it's probably going to help somebody else. So just share me, please. Don't be selfish. Okay? How much is it costing you on time? Let's talk about that. How many years have you spent in a draining, toxic relationship? How many years have you spent in a codependent relationship? How many years have you spent, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, okay? This could be a relationship with your freaking sister. This could be in a relationship with your mom, with your children, where you lack boundaries. How many years have you spent in a relationship people pleasing? Because you lacked self-awareness, because you lacked self-realization, because you were unconsciously doing things and then getting upset at other people thinking that they're doing things to you. How many years did you spend in that vibration? Because you spent, let's just put, matter of fact, let me use myself, okay? I'll use me, because I know y'all don't do this. Y'all don't do this stuff. Y'all know everything and y'all are super self-aware. Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm gonna use me. I spent, let's see, if I started having sexual relationships around 15 years old, and I didn't really become aware of my own lack of self-esteem until I was in my mid-30s, then that means I spent about 20 years, 15 to, let's say, 35. Come on, math, be mathing. Yeah, that's about 35 years, let's just say. No, I'm sorry, 20-something years. That means I spent 20-something years of my life with a lack mentality. Where's the lack? A lack mentality is not only money, y'all. Let's please understand that. A lack mentality is not only money. Most of the time we contributed. Yes, we contributed to money. And it's not only money. It's a lack of self-care is a lack mentality. A lack of boundaries is a lack mentality. A lack of time management because you lack boundaries is a lack mentality. You keep saying you don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. That's a lack mentality, especially if it's a priority and you're saying that this is something that you really want to do and you want to become this next version of yourself. But yet you're saying you don't have time for X, Y, and Z. That's a lack mentality. Most of the time, people don't have time for things that they claim that they want because they have a lack mentality, because they lack boundaries, because they have codependent issues, because they're in a toxic relationship, not just romantic, and they're people pleasing and they're giving all that. That's why you really don't have time. That's the true reason why you really don't have time. And how long has that been going on? 15 years? So because for 15 years, you lack self-awareness, you lack knowing that you really have low self-esteem, okay, that you really have lack of confidence. For 15 years, I'm talking about myself, by the way. I'm saying you, but I'm talking about myself because I don't want to project that onto y'all. I'm talking about the time that I spent in my life where I lacked self-awareness. How much did that really cost me? How much time did I spend in working a regular job? Nothing wrong with working a regular job. Let me be clear on that. But spent doing something that I didn't really want to do, that I thought that I wanted to do, that I spent, come on, spirit, give it to me. I spent dragging around. I don't know why I feel like I'm about to cry. Do one of y'all want to cry? Because shit, am I picking up on y'all energy? How long did I spend dragging around a bag on my back when I was a letter carrier working at the post office for 13 years, doing this masculine ass job, not feeling pretty because I'm wearing this ugly ass uniform. Oh, I'm getting deep. This is going too far. How long did I spend doing this stuff? Because I thought that's what I needed to do to make money. That's what I needed to do to take care of my daughter. No, you lack self-awareness. How much does it cost? How much time did you spend? I spent 13 years dragging around a bag on my back that made me have back problems. That's why I switched to sales. That's why after 13 years of me carrying Mel, carrying Mel. Mel is masculine energy. Anyway, 13 years of me carrying Mel, I said, I don't want to do this no more. I had my already had my associate's degree at that point. I said, I'm going to go back to school and get my bachelor's degree in business. Because I don't want to carry it around this bag no more. I got tired of carrying around that bag. It was too heavy. I want to go to work and put some heels on. And I want to get cute. And I want to put my lipstick on. I want to feel pretty when I'm doing my job. And that's how I went from carrying Mel to becoming a sales rep at the post office. Now, that didn't solve the problem. That solved one problem. Because after 8 years, now I'm tired of doing that. And that's when I started to become more self-aware of myself spiritually. After being at the post office for 22 years, that's when I started becoming more, that's when I started having my so-called awakening. And I started realizing, oh shit, I can create my reality. I don't got to keep doing this. I don't got to keep working here. I can do something else. I can do what I really want to do. How much time did I spend in that vibration? 22 years. How much time are you spending? Because you lack self-awareness. Let's go to the next one. How much energy? How much is it costing you in energy? How much is it costing you? How much is it draining from your life that you don't even live, you exist? How much does that cost? Can you put a dollar amount to that? We're about to get to the dollar amount in a minute. Can you put a dollar amount to you being tired every day because you solving everybody else's problems except for yours? You got the kids, you got your husband or your wife, because I'm talking to the men too. You got your kids, you got your husband or your wife, you got your boss at work, you got your girlfriend calling you, you got your sister, you got your brother, you trying to solve their problems, your problems, the work problem. You are drained because you are not putting yourself first because you lack self-awareness. Hello, somebody. Because you lack self-awareness. Because you lack self-realization. Because you lack understanding nature and that you really are a creator. Because you haven't, the reason why you're not taking the next step, why you're not jumping, why you still have all this fear is because you still don't believe that you're a creator. You still don't believe it. You doing all these affirmations and you claiming that you know. That's why I said Saturn is in Pisces and Saturn asking you, where is the receipts? Pisces is I believe and Saturn is saying, I don't give a F what you believe. Where's the receipts at? Make this thing practical. Saturn is all about doing the actual work. Doing the actual work and not just talking about it and not just saying what you believe. We need that energy. We need that I believe energy. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm totally into the I believe energy. But I also know that Saturn is like, okay, and Saturn is the okay and energy. Saturn is the okay and energy. Saturn is the Satan, okay, and I don't give a shit. Do it. Jump. Oh, you believe you can fly? Jump. Jump. This is the reason also why in the Bible that Satan had to come to Jesus before Jesus could be Jesus. Before Jesus could be the Messiah, like physically walk in that messianic energy, he had to get past Satan. That's why in the beginning of the story, Jesus had to get past Satan. Then when Satan came to Jesus in the wilderness and Satan was like, oh, you say you the son of God? Do this, do that, bow down, jump, and the angels is going to protect you. This is what the scriptures say, or the scriptures say this is going to happen. And Jesus was like, I don't got to do none of that because I know it already. Because I know it. Because I know who I am. So I don't have to prove anything to you. So, I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't actually have to jump off the cliff because I already know it. And I'm already applying it because I came here as the Messiah. Because I am a child of God. Anyway, so he came here with the energy. Whether you believe in the physical Jesus or not, it doesn't matter. Let me say that. Always have to address that because it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter whether you believe whether it was a real Jesus or not. Do you get the message? Do you understand the story? If you could believe in a real Jesus and still not understand the freaking story. The question here is, are you prepared to actually walk in that messianic energy of knowing that you are the son of God, a child of God, a creator? Once Jesus passed the test, then he started sharing the good news. He had to get past Saturn energy. We all do. Nobody is above that. Nobody is above that. All right. Here's what I also want to say about the energy thing. I don't even know how long I've been on here. It's probably too long, but I'm getting to my point here. Here's what I want to say about how lack of awareness, how lack of self-realization and lack of self-awareness transmute to you feeling drained and tired. Because what's happening is because you lack self-awareness and you have these lack of boundaries and low self-esteem and whatever else you want to put in there. What you tend to do, let me use myself. Let me not project on you. What I used to do is I would put that energy into relationships. Because I just got to have a man in my face. I just got to have a man around me, in my face, telling me, because I got low self-esteem, I need somebody to tell me that I'm this and I'm that and I'm pretty and because I don't have enough of it inside of me to confirm myself. Let me be clear to spirit that that's not what I'm saying is happening right now, because that is not the case right now. I'm no longer in that energy, but I used to be. I used to need a man or somebody else telling me that I'm this and I'm that. So that is my example. What's your example? Because I used to use relationships for escapism. That's what I'm getting at here. I used to use relationships for escapism because of the energy. And it became draining. All the F-boys that I ran through. I don't say that they ran through, but I ran through. All the F-boys. Come on, somebody. Who gonna admit? Who gonna raise their hand and say, you know what, Kamisha, that's me? And I ain't talking about that's who you used to be. I'm talking about you doing it right now. Are you doing it right now? What are you using to, because you feel so tired and drained, because you lack self-awareness, people are draining you, or let me say it like this, you're allowing people to drain you. You're allowing the job to drain you. You're allowing the kids to drain you. You're allowing the man to drain you. You're allowing the boss to drain you. Okay, you're letting everybody drain you. So what happens? You need to escape. My escapism was relationships. What's yours? Let me tell you. Some of y'all are escaping with smoking. Whatever you smoking, it doesn't matter. It could be a freaking cigarette. Because what? Oh, you need to smoke because you feel anxiety. Because, oh, it just helps people relax. Yeah, because you're dealing with anxiety. You have anxiety. So you need to, smoking a regular cigarette does something. It relaxes your nervous system somehow. I don't know what the whole science is behind it. Some of y'all probably know. You are using marijuana as your escapism. Some of you are using marijuana as your escapism because you need to escape from your self. I know I haven't checked the chat. I'm going to check it. I usually don't, if you're new to this, if you're new on my live, I usually don't check the chat until I get off because I'm so freaking talkative that I start checking the chat and I'll be on here for 2 hours. Okay. Here's what I want to remind y'all though, if you missed it, what I said at the beginning of the call is that my goal here is to help you get paid to speak. That's what I do. I want to help you get paid to speak, teach, and travel. If that's what you want to do, you want to get booked to speak. You want other people to pay you to speak. And that can manifest in a lot of different ways. I want you to drop the word me in the comments because I'm working on a 9-step blueprint that's going to show you how to do that. But that's going to give you, in a short form, it's going to show you how to do it. It's going to show you the main elements that you need to do that. Okay, I sent it to a few people, but I'm still working on it. Okay, but I want to know who wants it. Drop the word me if you want to get paid to speak, if you want to get paid to travel. And I'm only saying this because I've done it. If you are new to my page, I've done it for the past 4 or 5 years. All right. Anyway, let me get back to what I'm saying here. Because the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you want to get paid to speak, teach, and travel, this is the stuff that's blocking you. The toxic relationship that you in. Your tendency to use escapism through the marijuana, through the relationships, through the drinking. What else you doing? Through the addiction to social media scrolling. That's another one for me. I'll raise my hand. That's me. I've gotten a lot better at it, though. A lot better at it. Which maybe I'll tell y'all one day would help me get a lot better at it. But first of all, I'm busy. Like, I'm actually busy. Like, I'm actually doing the shit that people pay me to do. People book me for Akashic Record readings. I'm doing the work. So that takes me away from social media. But anyway, you feel drained. And so you need to escape from that. But there's nothing to escape from but yourself. That's what self-realization is. Self-realization is you realizing, what are you running from? Because the Zacian part in Satan is the inner enemy, and the inner enemy is what you are running from. So when you are doing all this escapism stuff, you just keep going around and around and around in this circle, and then let's get to the money. Let's talk about the money. Because I asked you, how much money are you leaving on the table because you're not doing the inner work? Let's talk about that. Because yes, we talked about all the other stuff, but all of this stuff converts into invisible money. Thank you, Spirit. It converts into invisible money. When I went, was I live? Was I on a call? I don't know where I was at. And I said to people, I don't project that lack mentality onto my audience. All of y'all got money. If you ask me, y'all all got money. When I pitch my mentorship program, or when I tell you that my mentorship program starts at $14.97 for a whole year, which I think is super reasonable. That's not like, oh my God, $14.97 for a year? Are you kidding me? I paid $2,400 for a mentorship program that was freaking recordings for 5 days. There was no hand holding. I ain't gonna talk about me. And I ain't got no regrets about it because I understand how the money energy works. So I don't have any regrets about me investing. I got out of it what I was supposed to, because I'm leaving out of here with something in my Denzel voice. Because I'm leaving. If you have a fear in your mind, I know we're talking about the money, so let's talk about the money. If you have a fear in your mind of, well, I don't want to invest in this mentorship program because, what if it's a fraud? And some people are out here frauding, but that's why you got to do your research. Are they doing the thing that you want to do? Do you actually see them doing it? Anyway, you use your own discernment with that. What I'm getting at here is, for me, when I invest in mentorship programs, I never tell myself I'm afraid that I'm going to waste my money because I'm leaving out of here with something, period. I'm leaving out of here with something, even if the lesson ain't got nothing to do with what they were teaching me. Come on, somebody. Because that's how money works. It is not about, it ain't. I was talking to, I'm still on topic. I was talking to, it's another person that I was talking to, because we both have invested in mentorship programs. And she was talking about how she invested $10,000 into a mentorship program that had to do with her not being afraid of being in front of the camera and going live and making videos and stuff. Like she said I keep saying spend, she spend, SPINNED, $10,000 on this program. But she said by the end of the program, what she really learned was how to target her audience, how to talk to the specific audience that she needed to be in front of. That wasn't even the purpose of her going in there. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is what I'm saying to you, that when you invest into a program, if you have the mentality that I'm leaving out of here with something, even if the lesson is not what the person that's claiming that they could teach me are teaching me, then you can't lose. Let me get back to what I'm saying about the money though. How much money are you leaving on the table by you not being self-realized, by you lacking self-awareness, by you not knowing that the reason why you really not making the money is because you're in a toxic relationship. And the reason why you're in a toxic relationship and a relationship is draining you is because you lack self-esteem. So the real reason, let's get to the real reason. The real reason why you can't see the invisible money that you already have, that you have right now, is because you lack self-awareness. The invisible money and the invisible story is because you lack self-awareness. It's not because it's not in your bank account. It's invisible. It's hidden. Go back to the beginning of this video if you already missed it. I broke down the word scripture. Scripture is your script, and your script is invisible. Your script is invisible. Your money script is invisible. Where's the invisible money at? It's locked in your self-awareness. It's locked in your confidence. It's locked in your self-esteem. It's locked in all of the shit that's draining you. So now you don't even feel like making a video. Trust me, I know. You don't feel like making a video. You don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like somebody hands you a whole script on how to get paid to speak, and you don't even feel like reading it. Why don't you feel like reading it? Because you're getting drained over there and over there and over there and over there. Let's put some dollars to this. Let's put some dollars to this. Okay, when I did the 3-day traveling speakers blueprint, which you can still get, by the way, you can still get it. It's just not $8.88 anymore. But you can still get it. I will drop the link. If you want it, if you want the 3-day traveling speakers blueprint that I did a 3-day virtual event on how to get paid to speak. Plus I did how to use astrology in your speaking business. If you want that, I want you to write speak in the comments. Or drop a microphone. There you go. Drop a microphone in the comments if you want that. Because you can still get that. Okay? Now, let's talk about how much does it cost you to do nothing? How much does it cost you to do nothing? Because your invisible money is there, but you can't get it because you are choosing to do nothing. How much does that cost you? So when I did the 3-day speakers, the traveling speakers blueprint, I literally broke down how to make $5,000 a month. And I only use $5,000 a month because I've made that. And that is actually pretty much in my range. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, I'm going to show you how to make $1 million and all. Nope, I'm going to stick right where I know where I'm at. I'm going to stick right where I'm at because I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's the minimum. That's the minimum if you are being consistent. And if you really, and if you are emitting a confident energy, we're talking about $5,000 a month. So if you lack self-awareness, but because you lack self-awareness and you lack self-realization, that's what's blocking you from making a minimum of $5,000 a month from speaking. Because I gave them the whole breakdown of how you can make it with a course. Then you add in a membership program. Then you add in you actually doing physical classes that other people paid for you to come to their city, that other people put you on a plane and flew you into their city, okay? When you add all that up, we talking about a minimum of $5,000. And this is charging $35 a class, which is what I used to charge. I wouldn't dare. Like if I relaunch Self-Realization of a Goddess live again, like I was doing, I wouldn't dare charge $35 because I know it's life-changing and transforming. Anyway, $5,000 a month is $60,000 a year. You might be making that right now at your regular job or more. But let's say that's what you're making right now at your job that you don't even want to freaking go to every day. How I used to feel when I was putting that bag on my back as a letter carrier and I started hating it. If you're feeling like that, I mean, damn, I almost started to cry. Thank you, Spirit, when I thought about my transformation. And I thank God that I don't got to do that no more. And guess what? I could pull out, in all honesty, I could pull out my pay stubs from the post office and pull out what I make from speaking and say it's the same thing. It's the same thing. What's missing is the benefits. That's true. The benefits are missing. The paid time off, the fact that they matched my retirement money, and those things are important. I'm not saying that's not important, but I was willing to take the risk. I was willing to jump off the cliff. Why? Because I know that I'm a goddess, because I know that I'm a creator, and I'm trusting the process. How much invisible money? I'm telling you right now from experience that you got, if you believe that you can speak and you believe that you have transformed your own life and your own mind, I'm telling you right now that you got an invisible $60,000 a year that you leaving because you lack self-awareness. That's how much. That's how much I can tell you out of experience. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you out of my experience of me leaving my job and quitting my job, that you are leaving $60,000 on the table because you lack self-awareness. Now, another coach might tell you, you leaving 6 figures, you leaving $1 million. It all depends. Because you know why they telling you that? Some of them that are really making the money, that are really doing it, they're telling you that because they're freaking doing it. They're telling you that because they're doing it. Some of them, not all of them. Some people lying to you. That's why you got to use your discernment. That's why you got to ask, let me see it. And I ain't talking about like checking somebody's bank account. I'm saying, do you see them doing it? Anyway, if you want the painful to profitable document that I created, it's just a Google Doc. I'm still working on it. Drop the word me in the comments. If you want the painful to profitable actual three-day event that I did with the bonus and astrology class, drop a microphone in the comments. That class is $88 now, okay? I'm just telling you flat out. It's $88. If you're about to let $88 get in the way, you're gonna let $88? You saying that you getting up in the, let me get this right. I'm about to step on some toes. You getting up every day and you saying the affirmation that I'm a millionaire and I'm a billionaire and money is abundant. And this is, you doing all these affirmations. This is why Saturn don't effing care. You saying all these affirmations, but you letting, but $88 is where you draw the line at. But $88 is where you draw the line at. I know you lying. I know you lying. Even if you was to say, it might not even be worth, who cares? It's $88. To some people, that's probably a lot. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I first kicked off my mentorship program last year, in my head, in my money vibration, $997 was a lot. I'm talking about $997. And I offered lifetime, I offered them lifetime, the ones that's in there now, the people that's in my mentorship program right now, that started last year, they have lifetime mentorship with me. And my money vibration was saying that $997, that's a lot, that's not a lot of money. For lifetime mentorship, then if you're going to invest $997, and I'm just told you can make $60,000 in a year, what is $997? If you and then I'm telling you that you got lifetime mentorship with me, no matter how much I change the program, you're going to still get everything that I offer. So, like for example, when I first started the program, I wasn't talking about how to get booked to speak. I wasn't talking about how to write a book. I wasn't talking about none of that stuff. I only was talking about, here's how you create a course or a mentorship program, right? But now I'm talking about how to get booked to speak. The people that came in the beginning that paid the $997, they getting upgraded because they got lifetime. Let me get back to the $88. If you are scared, if $88 scares you, and I just told you that you have at a minimum an invisible $60,000, you have a lack mindset. Period. You have a lack mindset. Why do you have a lack mindset? Because you lack self-realization. I'm not talking about lack of money. I'm talking about you lack self-realization. You lack self-awareness. You lack seeing the God is within you. You think you're not going to get your $88 back. Your $88, if you are a goddess, your $88 is going to come back, period. Somebody in the mentorship program, when I first launched it for the $997, she got that her $1,000 back within like the first month, and it ain't had nothing to do with what she paid. It ain't had nothing to do with her speaking or teaching. It came back because it came back from like she had bought a car or something, and somehow they overcharged her. I don't know what it was, but she posted the picture of the check in the freaking group. She was like, "Yeah, I already got my $1,000 back. Here we go, right here." Because it's energy that we're talking about. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about no physical dollar. We're not talking about what you see in your bank account. And I ain't trying to be on no like woo-woo, like spiritual stuff. What I'm telling you is that if you letting $88 get in the way of you getting to your next level of you understanding how to get paid to speak, I'm trying to figure out how are you going to pitch a product? How are you going to pitch a mentorship program for $1,000? Because you think $88 is a lot. So if you think $88, if you in your heart think $88 is a lot, then you're going to be scared to offer something that's $1,000. Then you're going to be scared to offer something that's $3,000. Then you're going to be scared to offer something that's $10,000 because you're scared of $88. Because you're scared of $88. That's how it works. That's how now I am talking about money mindset. When you are scared of money, money is scared of you. If you're the type of person that you're scared to open up your bills, then you definitely gonna have money issues because you scared of money. If you scared of money, money's scared of you. You scared, you don't want to be near money. You don't, if you get turned off when somebody's making an offer and they're saying, and you done been leaned all in, you raised your hand and you say, yes, I want that. And then when I'm being real with y'all, you say, yes, I want that. And then when you clicked on a link and you saw that it had a value attached to it, you leaned back and you was like, oh no, never mind. But you knew that you wanted it though. Because you raised your hand and you said that you wanted it. You even clicked on the link and saw it. But when you saw a value attached to it, then you leaned back and you was like, oh no, never mind. Please tell me, make it make sense, make the math make sense, how you are going to also emit an energy, a money energy of you making at the minimum $5,000 a month. How are you going to do that? Because the math ain't mathing with that. Okay. $60,000 a year is your invisible money. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna look at y'all comments when I get off. I'm gonna respond to y'all when I get off. Whoever dropped me in the comments, I'm gonna DM you when I get off. And I'm probably about to have the same conversation with you that I just had on this live call. Okay, see ya.